guys, and welcome to a Thursday night live broadcast. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. So welcome tonight. My name is Diane, and tonight we were going to talk about the power of food. And are you allowing your food to have power over you? Before I get started, I always like to introduce myself. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And currently, I am doing that through the lifestyle that I've created for myself and my family, which includes intermittent fasting and food choices that help us look and feel our best, and definitely we are living our most authentic life. And now I offer a course that helps other women do exactly the same thing. So I've talked a little bit on here about when I was going through some of the food sort of mysteries, I guess, for lack of a better word, when I started going through some of my hormonal changes, which started probably around 47 or so, and foods that I had been eating forever were suddenly making me feel sick, and I couldn't kind of pinpoint what those foods were. I did have a period of time for about 2 years where I was very sick, and it all really did point back to food. Now, of course, I am saying that in hindsight because I am through it now and feeling amazing, and I know the foods that were making me sick, but a lot of those foods definitely had power over me, or I was allowing them to have power over me. I've talked very openly here about how I've cried over French fries and the thought of never having chips and salsa again, and the fact that I can't just go to the grocery store anymore and buy chocolate, because all of those things were the things that were making me sick. And it really did put me through a time when I was really feeling sorry for myself and feeling like, throwing everything out and saying, well, forget it. If this is the best that it's going to be, so be it. I don't want to give up my food. And I can tell you now, with that hindsight that I have working in my favor, and what I have created for myself through making some lifestyle changes and some really healthy food choices and going through my experimentation process, is that now I feel amazing. And there's no food that I will ever allow into my body that will make me feel any less than that if I have control over it. Now, of course, there are times when I make mistakes. I talked about that just a couple of nights ago when we had our little carb overload and I woke up with a little bit of a carb or food hangover. But that wasn't one of those situations that I let food have power over me. That was just a very conscious decision that we made about our dinner, not realizing how that was going to react in my body. It's the things that I want to talk about tonight that I often hear with a lot of the women that I'm working one-on-one with. When they say, or they come to me and say, I will do anything to feel better. I will do anything to not have to go up to the next clothing size. I will do anything to heal my body, but I will not let go of, and then they list off a bunch of foods that they're not wanting to let go of. And I totally understand, and I can totally empathize with that situation because I was once there myself with the French fries and the chips and salsa and the chocolate. And what I can tell you now from my situation sitting here, feeling amazing and being healthy at 51 years old, is that there should be no food that should ever have that power over you and put you in a position where every day you're waking up feeling less than amazing. There's no French fry, there's no chips or salsa, there's no chocolate, there's no cheese, there's no wine that should ever have that position in your life that will put you in a place where you're going to wake up day after day after day wishing that you were living a different life. And I know sometimes that decision to give up those things can seem a little daunting. I know, I cried. I cried over French fries, and as ridiculous as that sounds for a 49-year-old woman to cry over French fries, that's how devastated I feel about foods making me sick. But here is some really good news. You only have to take out some of those foods for a very short period of time until you get your body to the point where you're actually waking up feeling amazing, or you're actually waking up feeling like You can walk into your closet and have a choice of anything that's hanging in there because your body is in a place that you know it should be because of the lifestyle choices that you're making. You should wake up every morning ready to face whatever it is you have going on in your family. You should wake up every morning ready to get to work. You should wake up every morning ready for the challenge of the day instead of waking up dreading it. And it takes a short period of time to sift through some of those foods that are taking over your life and making you feel something other than what you know you deserve to feel. Once you figure out what those foods are and you sift through them and you figure out which ones you have to take out and which ones you only have to take out for a certain period of time until you heal your body, then you have this opportunity to go find some alternatives or some healthy choices for what it is that you feel makes you live most authentically in your life around food. I had to do the same exact thing. I talk a lot about French fries because it is that thing that in some situations, yes, it's just fun to go have some French fries. I now only eat French fries that fit within my criteria of the foods that I want to have enter my body. I talk about the fact that I eat In-N-Out French fries every opportunity that I can get with my kids because they love it. We have a ritual where we have car picnics, and I know that the French fries at In-N-Out are the ones that are not going to make me feel sick. So I took the power back, and now I just make really good choices about those things in my life that I know have a place. As ridiculous as it may seem that French fries have a place in my life, they definitely do, because what I like to live in and with my kids and in and with my husband. So if you're feeling powerless because there are those things in your life that you feel like you just can't live without, I'm here to tell you that you can, and it just takes a little bit of time to go through the process, figuring out which of those foods are making you feel less than your best, which of those foods are taking that power away from you, and then we gently ease them back in, and then you make very conscious decisions about the better options of some of those things that are kind of making you feel powerless right now. So I want you to think about some things this weekend. Going into the weekend, there's all kinds of opportunities to be exposed to some things that you'll probably maybe have to talk yourself into or justify partaking in, and then for a lot of women end up feeling very guilty afterwards. I want you to think about those foods, and I want you to think about those situations, and I want you to think about maybe some of those cocktails that are going to be in your weekend this weekend, and think about some of the choices that you might be able to make that are going to give you some power back. Maybe it's just a healthier option of something. Maybe it's asking some questions at a restaurant, like what type of oil do you use? Are those real potatoes or are those processed potatoes? Can you substitute this for this? And really start this weekend taking charge of what it is that you're going to choose to put in your body, and just see how it feels. And see if you might be able to realize that you have the opportunity to gain some of that power back so that you can wake up the next day or 2 days from now and actually have an opportunity to feel amazing. You can only fast away so many bad decisions. You can only diet away so many bad decisions. You can only exercise off so many bad decisions. And you can only cover up so many bad decisions when it comes to your nutrition. And at some point, we have to stop and realize that we, as women, deserve to have more, and we, as women, deserve to feel better, and we, as women, have a right to have the power back, not only for our life, but for our bodies as well, and have an opportunity to do some things to heal ourselves and make ourselves feel empowered and in control of our life and our bodies again. So I know there's a lot of women that this resonates with. I know that because I talk to a lot of you, and I know that because I was that woman too. When I was sulking about cupcakes and French fries, when I have a really blessed life and I have so many things to be grateful for, and it took me really, I think it took me really getting sick to realize that I deserved better. And I don't want you to have to feel like you have to get really sick in order for you to realize or know that you have the right to have that power back too. and to make some healthier options for yourself, or to investigate some healthier options for yourself so that you can just feel amazing, which you deserve to feel. So I'm going to go on here and see if there are any questions on Facebook. And then I'll go over to YouTube really quick. And I'm going to jump off here early again tonight because my daughter and my husband and I have our last little night alone as a triplet set. And my son comes home tomorrow, so we're going to hang out a little bit. Laura, yeah, it's a topic that is very close to my heart because I'm that woman, and I think I've been that woman my whole life, up until probably about 2 years ago. Beatrice from Santa Barbara, here, mid-July course, made it to the 24-hour fast today. Awesome. Hey, Martina, Stephanie, hey, everyone, this is such a good and timely topic. Yep, right before a weekend is always a great time. Karen from Pennsylvania, welcome. Jenny, hi, I'm up and in Michigan, no work tomorrow. I was going to say, you're up late, Jenny. Shayla's here. Joy. Oh, thank you, Joy. We went out to dinner, and I worked out today. I showered. I did my hair, and then we did some errands with my daughter, and then we went out to dinner. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate that. Mary, hello. Yvonne. NorCal. Pretty blouse. Still working on finding soy-free options. Yeah, it's a process, Yvonne, but don't give up because they're there. Don't give up. Vivere. Hey, hello. Christine. My girl from Perth, Australia is here. Jessica, hello. Really discovering that this week. Yeah. Make notes of some things that you're finding that are not making you feel well and research out some options, or for some things, they just have to be on the do not touch list. It's a project, and treat it like a project and take notes and keep a journal. I had to do the same thing. Monica, hello, Diane, in the mid-July group. I love it. Have you saved my life? Oh, no, you saved your life. I just guided you. So it's all on you, girlfriend. Stacy, hello. Tomasevsky, I think it is. Can I drink unsweetened almond milk during my feast time? Yes, of course. Kate, July is here. Barbara, hi from the May group. Loving IF, typically 8-6. Good. Oh, you're an oldie but goodie. From the May group, that goes way back. Debani, 23-hour fast today. I think I did a 23-hour fast too. I started my fast last night at 7, and I didn't break my fast till about 5:30 or 6. So that's pretty close. Good job, Debani. Joanne from Long Island. Gina, great topic. I'm joining the August group. I can't wait. I can't wait either. August group's going to be great. It's going to be our last one for a little bit. Good. I'm glad you guys needed to hear it. I always have to remind myself too. So oftentimes, you guys, I hope you know that when I'm talking to you, I'm actually talking to me. And so I'm constantly having to remind myself. So thank you for letting me talk to me through you. It helps a lot. Doreen, hello. Janet from Nevada, welcome. Amy, hello. Dee, new to the group, and IF, awesome. Dee, make sure you subscribe. Stephanie in Colorado from the July group. Good evening. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing the intermittent fasting for almost 2 weeks and went on the scale this morning for the first time and have lost 10 pounds. Congratulations. That's awesome. Jill, hello. Barry Brewer from Kentucky. Susan, hello. Future, hello from Australia. Another Australian in the house. Midland, Texas is here. Jenna, Susan, Elise, North Georgia. Okay. Joelle, the Grays are in the house. Hey, my husband is hooked. My 17-year-old son has fasted all week. It is so great. Oh, girlfriend, wait till your son goes back to school and uses fasting in school and when he's studying. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Or even with sports, it's amazing. My son absolutely loves it. Christy, you said last night that you no longer eat bananas. When your recipe for your shake, recipe for your shake now? Shakeology spinach. So Shakeology spinach, collagen protein, generous amounts of nut butters, and raw nuts. I'm in the July group and wondered how you know tea bags have soy. I read the label on the one who have pictured in your list and it didn't see soy of any kind in the ingredients. Okay, well maybe they changed it. But the chamomile vanilla tea that we used to drink had soy lecithin in it. So maybe they upgraded their tea bags and they took it out. It's an herbal blend of tea too, so maybe they cleaned it up. Stephanie from Ontario. Oh, I love talking to you too. Ellie, you were calling tonight at 10, right? Yes, ma'am. Christina, wait, no bananas? I might not make it. You'll make it. And then I'm going to talk maybe next week about bananas and some interesting research I I heard today. So I'll share that with you guys tomorrow or next week sometime. Denise from North Carolina. Russia is in the house. Welcome. Patricia, hi Diane, still doing 24, trying to stay off of the scale. Good, stay off. For me, the issue is really emotional eating. I've cleaned up my diet many years ago, but I just love to eat even when I'm not hungry. Okay, that's a big thing. We'll talk about that next week too, about why we're force feeding ourselves. Why are we eating when we're not hungry? Susan from the July group, Christy, you're having the same problem too. I'm trying to get my power back. Okay, be gentle and kind to yourself and always put yourself in an empowered decision-making situation. That's big. San, Michigan, I think. Should I be concerned about not getting enough calories from my feasting window? Nope. San, if you're in our course, you'll understand why you don't have to worry about calories anymore. Can you please explain again why you avoid soy, even the organic and GMO-free? Yeah, I don't trust it. It makes my body... it makes my estrogen levels all crazy, and it throws my hormone off whack. I mean, my thyroid off whack, so I don't touch it. You say get lots of fats, but what about getting too many calories and not taking enough from the fat in my body? Marina, are you in our course? If you're in our course, that shouldn't be a question. If it's still a question and you're in our course, you have to go watch that lesson again. You guys shouldn't have to worry about calories at all. Mimi, mind not kind. You can get your mind kind. You just have to work on it, just like everything else. It's a muscle. We have to work on it. My doctor said the same thing about soy. Perfect. Yep, don't mess with soy. So there's a lot of women that think that soy doesn't bother them. I didn't think soy bothered me before either. I didn't even think twice about it because what date does the August challenge start? July 29th. I didn't think it was bothering me either till I got sick. So you can play with soy if you want. Maybe you're the lucky ones that aren't going to get sick from soy. But you know, I take all the data and all the research that I hear from doctors. My doctor says the same thing. He's taken soy out of his house, doesn't let any of his kids have soy. He doesn't have soy. I don't want to play games with it. So I would rather err on the side of caution when it comes to soy and know that it causes problems for women. It causes problems for men too. And I don't trust the non-GMO organic thing in this country. So the safest thing for me to do is just eliminate it. There's no need for soy. There's so many other options out there. And like I always say, when you're grocery shopping, if you haven't found a non-soy version yet, you haven't looked hard enough or long enough. And the first time I went on my non-soy grocery shopping trip, it took me 2.5 hours at Sprouts with my daughter, and we called it a field trip. And we stayed there until we found all the foods that we wanted to have that had a substitution that had no soy in it. And now those are the only things that we put in our grocery cart, and nobody knows any difference. It's just a cheap additive and a cheap filler. So spend a little bit of extra money and turn enough jars around and packages around until you see one that doesn't have soy in it. Their options are there. You just have to look for it. It's not the obvious soy. No soy in the goy. That's so funny. Any non-soy mayonnaise suggestions? I find mine at Trader Joe's. Okay, soy in U.S. has, it's bad for the thyroid. Yeah, so my thyroid, now that I am soy-free, is perfect at 51 years old. No thyroid medication whatsoever. So I can have a perfect thyroid at 51 years old because I've eliminated soy. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to trust it at all. I'm going to stay with a perfect thyroid as long as I can. And you know, and everyone can live their life the way they want. So I'm not preaching you have to give up soy if you're comfortable with it. I personally am not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable giving it to my daughter. I'm not comfortable giving it to my son or my husband. But that's just our house. Can you do keto if you have a liver problem? I would talk to your doctor about that. Stacy, did you say you didn't have to worry about getting your daily calories? I said you don't have to worry about counting calories. And if you're fat adaptive, then your body takes care of the calorie deficit by increasing your metabolic burn rate. We teach that in our course. So if you guys are still confused about that, go back and listen to that lesson in the course about why you no longer have to count calories. Cool. Getting my kind set to IF next week. while on vacation with the family, feeling confident. You'll be fine on vacation. It's intermittent fasting on vacation is very freeing. You don't have to worry about eating in an airport. You don't have to worry about eating in a car. You don't have to worry about going to a restaurant. You don't have to worry about room service. It's super easy when you're on vacation. New to the group, how often do you fast? Every day, Claudine. Or every day I want to feel amazing. I guess I should say it that way. I fast every day. I want to feel amazing. Hi, Diane. Just wondering what your chocolate tea is all about. I heard you mention something like that on YouTube. Yeah, it's a, I forget what the brand is. I find it at Sprouts, but it's a chocolate tea. It has a couple calories in it and it has caffeine in it. So just make sure you are aware of that before you drink it. 22 hours for you today. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to jump off of here because it's kind of, comments are slowing down and I didn't want to go off on the soy comment. I really wanted to talk to you guys about going into the weekend empowered and going into the weekend knowing that you have a right to make powerful decisions about your food and how you want your body to feel. Remember, everything we're doing as aging women and being empowered women is all tied around the three things I always talk about. You want to make sure that everything that you're choosing to do in your life is set up to make you look and feel your best and live your most authentic life. And I guarantee you, if you are like I was about 3 years ago and you're spending time standing in your closet crying about how depressed you are, that none of the clothes in your closet are going to feel good on your body, that's not living your authentic life. And if you're crying over things like cupcakes and french fries and chips and salsa, trust me, you are not living your most authentic life. So you have to be able to go out into a restaurant and ask questions. What kind of oil are you using? Can I swap this for that? Please hold the cheese on that for me. Can you substitute rice for some steamed broccoli? All of those things are things that you can do as a consumer when you're going out to eat. And then when you're at home, you make the same decisions. It is not hard to make a very similar dinner for you and your family with you still staying within your food guidelines. We got to stop blaming our family as well. It's not our husband's fault and it's not our kids' fault. We aren't feeling good about our bodies because of food choices we are making. We can't blame them anymore. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. So please take some time this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to think about what you're doing in your life authentically and maybe some of the things that you're doing in your life that are not so authentic. And in which one of those situations are you putting yourself in a position where you're looking and feeling your best? And do some good soul searching. Do some journaling if you're a person that likes to journal. Take notes on restaurants that you go out to if you have to put stuff in your phone in the note section. We have our go-to restaurants now. My family knows there are certain places I just will not eat because I don't want to make myself sick. Sometimes they go by themselves and sometimes I stay home, or they go when I'm out of town, or there's sometimes that I go and I say I'm just going to have water because I just want to spend some time with you guys. And then there's those times that as a family we make a decision that we're going to go out to eat in a place that everyone can enjoy a meal and stay healthy together. So those are all things that you can do for you and your family and do for you most importantly so that you stay within the boundaries that you're looking for yourself in your life. So use this to your advantage this weekend. I'm going to ask you on Monday how you did this weekend. So make me proud and make sure that you're doing the things that are going to make you have power back in your life. So have a good night, you guys. I will not be here tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. I will be back on Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, both on YouTube and Facebook. Please make sure if you're new to me on YouTube, you hit that subscribe button. On Facebook, I always love when you hit that like button so I know we're connected. And then always feel free to give me those thumbs up or those big hearts or any of those little fun things on Facebook so that I know that these are the kind of topics that you like to hear from me. And then lastly, if you're looking to join our August group, we do start July 29th. We discuss a lot of this stuff in our course with you guys. And then that will be the last monthly course that we have until sometime in December because we are going to be launching our alumni course mid-August. So all my graduates, you'll be being invited to jump in the alumni course with us. So have a super night and I will see you guys on Monday.